What's up all you Clashers, this is Kaz and welcome to Kaz Gaming. Okay, so there's a new hero about to come out. His name is Michael and he's going to be joining the fray. So let's check him out. Hero Michael. It has not hit the IGG forum yet. I am on CasualClashGuides.com. If you want to check that out, you can go take a look at the page. Here we can see the way he looks and his new skill, Divinity, and what he brings to the table. And I'm just going to give you my first impressions here. He looks really cool. I like the way he looks. Okay, so very here we have Paladin looking, even more so than Paladin himself. He's got that White Knight or Holy Knight looking view to himself. He's also carrying like a scepter and not a sword. You can see the wings there behind him. Looks very cool. I like the way he looks. We're going to zoom in here on the new skill, Divinity. Even the talent itself looks really cool. You got the two flaming looking wings there with some kind of Star of David in the background with a circle around there. Really cool looking. I like that. And so Divinity deflects damage taken by itself for 6 seconds. Also increases the attack and attack speed of 6 allies for a certain amount of seconds, or a certain amount of percent for 8 seconds, and the cooldown is 8 seconds. So we learned from other heroes that when the skill lasts the same amount of time as the cooldown, it's pretty much always active as long as he has energy to proc it. Now the deflection is going to be similar to that of Elanacor's, where he deflects all damage. So that's going to come in really handy, especially when he's fighting multiple opponents. The attack and attack speed is definitely reminiscent of Pumpkin Duke. However, unlike Pumpkin Duke, this will not stack due to that cooldown. That's pretty obvious. The other part of this skill is really interesting. It's kind of like Revenant, where he brings someone else. He's summoning another hero to come and fight for him or alongside him. So half the time while he's being attacked, he will summon an Archangel for 8 seconds. The cooldown for that is 10 seconds. The Archangel that he summons is immune to damage, so you can't kill it. He's just on the battlefield for the whole 8 seconds doing damage. He's also immune to stun and fear. So that is a pretty insane talent there. I have seen some gameplay. I'm sorry, I'm not going to be showing you any gameplay. I am not on the Taiwan server, so I don't have any gameplay to show you guys. I'm just weighing in on the new hero and giving you my thoughts on what he's going to bring to the table. And I have seen some gameplay from some guys who are on the Taiwan server, and it is pretty nuts. He's basically a flying tank. So think of Skull Knight. However, he can just fly over walls. That's basically what this guy is. Okay, so here we have a shot of Michael in the hero book on the Taiwan server. And you can see that he has 100,000 hit points at level 200. That is an insane amount of hit points. That's by far the most hit points of any character in the game. So like I said before, he is a flying tank. Just insane, an insane skill with an insane amount of hit points. He is going to be absorbing and reflecting a bunch of damage. I can see him being very effective in pretty much every single game mode I can think of. He's probably going to be very effective in it. Not only is he just like a super tank, but he also buffs your team with a Pumpkin Duke like buff. So could you imagine pairing him with Pumpkin Duke and Cupid at the same time, something like that? where you're getting all those buffs. You're getting the attack buff from Pumpkin Duke, the attack buff from Cupid, and another attack buff from Michael here. That is just going to be, that's going to be insane. I'm gonna predict that he's going to change the game. I think that this is a game-changing hero right here. Is he going to replace Pumpkin Duke? Probably not. Not even close. Not with that 8-second cooldown. He doesn't stack. But you could run him next to Pumpkin Duke and it would be insane. Is he going to replace Skull Knight? Maybe. He just might replace Skull Knight. He brings so much to the table that Skull Knight doesn't. He can fly over walls. He has 100% defect for so many seconds. The amount of HP he has is just crazy. I think you definitely could replace Skull Knight with Michael and you probably do just fine. Or as I said earlier, you could run him right next to Skull Knight like you would Pumpkin Duke, and it would be a great combination in that regard. So as far as crests are concerned, or talents I should say are concerned, could you imagine running this guy with the 8 of 8 life drain? With how much hit points he has? How hard it would be to take this guy down? Or an 8 of 8 stone skin for that matter? Those are the talents that come to mind when I'm looking at a HP of 100,000 non-evolved. Game modes, as I said earlier, probably all. I think he would be very good in all game modes. This is probably going to be the most game-changing hero since Skull Knight. I think definitely Skull Knight changed the game, where if you don't have a Skull Knight, you're probably not competing in those top levels. I'm going to say from here on out, once this update comes out and Michael is in the mix, you're probably going to need him to compete in those top levels again. So with that advice, guys, I would say definitely save up your gems starting now. Save those gems and roll for this guy. I think he's going to be a gem hero when he comes out. Not really sure yet. More than likely he will be. I tell you what, I've got a bunch of gems I'm sitting on, and I will definitely be rolling for him. So that is my first impression, guys. Like I said, I have seen some gameplay of him, and he's pretty diesel. I'm going to use that term one more time. I'm going to say flying tank. Imagine a Skull Knight that can just, especially in Guild Wars, you know, you got to have Skull Knight path through a certain path in Guild Wars. Imagine a Skull Knight that doesn't have to do that, and he can just walk over the walls. And very similar to Skull Knight, where you can only hit Skull Knight for, 4,000, 5,000 damage at a time. He's going to be very similar to him, where in fact he's going to be deflecting the damage and not taking any damage for a certain amount of time. It's just the possibilities of Michael here is just gonna be insane. I mean, I really can't wait to try him out. I'm definitely gonna roll for him, like I said. But those are my first impressions, and I'm gonna go for him, and I suggest you should do it too. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this video. I want to thank you for watching. I'm very anxious for this update to come out and get my hands on Michael and see what he can do. I hope you liked this video. If you did, hit the like button and subscribe. Alright, this is Kaz, signing out.